Hello and welcome to the Office of the State Engineer's tutorials. This tutorial is regarding water rights verification for water use for commercial cannabis cultivation. All water use requires a valid water right. Water rights may be acquired, purchased, conveyed, and/or transferred. The presence of water does not necessarily indicate that there is a water right. Commercial cannabis growth requires that the cannabis producers acquire a valid irrigation water right for outdoor irrigation or cultivation of cannabis, or a commercial water right for indoor cultivation. You must acquire them if you do not already have them. Water hauling is only allowable for 1 year while you obtain and transfer a valid water right and/or get a connection to a municipal, city, or town water system. Transfers require a permit from the Office of the State Engineer. All permit approvals will require meter installation and reporting of those readings on a quarterly basis. Domestic wells may not be used to grow commercial crops, including cannabis. Some areas disallow outdoor watering by law. You may apply to transfer water rights into a domestic well. Surface water means water that comes via a ditch, river, stream, spring, or other water sources that have water rights associated with them. You must have the right by permit or other type of right, such as an adjudication, to divert surface water. Surface water may be transferred by making application for a permit to the Office of the State Engineer. Water rights from an acequia or community ditch require permission from the acequia pursuant to 72-5-24.1. Water rights are transferable by a recorded warranty deed. Those water rights are specific to that place of use and point of diversion and require a permit to change any element regarding that water right. Be sure and research the water right prior to making a purchase. Not all claims to water are valid. The current backlog of water right applications is around 500 applications that are non-cannabis related. All applications are processed in the order by which they are received and completed. The average process time is 8 to 10 months. That's without a protest, which will, of course, lengthen the process. The forms to obtain a water right verification, or if you have any questions regarding the growth of cannabis and water rights surrounding them, there are frequently asked questions, location maps, and also water right questions that you can read through to determine what type of water right you may need. This is the application that you would need to fill out to obtain a water rights review accession form to be sent to the Regulation and Licensing Division with the Cannabis Control Division. This is page 1 of the application, which requires the applicant's full name and mailing address. Under Section 2, you would need to put the business details, including the legal business name, the growing facility address, and any doing business names that we must be aware of. Number 3, you must include your federal employer identification number. That will help tie the accession form back to your application to grow cannabis with the CCD. Under Section 4, we require that you put down the quantity of water that you will need for your yearly or your annual operation. That may be measured either in gallons or acre feet. Remember, this is for an entire year's need. Under Section 5, you would put down the water right source, whether it is owned by you or leased by you, or if you are using hauling as a temporary means to obtain water while you obtain a water right. On page 2, Number 1, you will need to submit documentation to provide the verification of the water rights, including documentation from any water haulers. And if you do own a water right, you may need to include a copy of your permit, the subfile order, or any other legal document that shows the limit and measurement of your water right. And if you are leasing the water right, we need a copy of the lease agreement. Under number 2, we need to know what type of cultivation facility type that you are applying with the CCD. If it's going to be an outdoor irrigation, that means open air, no hoop houses, no covers over it. This is strictly outdoors. Or if it's going to be indoor, We need to know if it's going to be a greenhouse with a non-earthen floor or a permanent structure, or if you're going to be doing hoop houses with an earthen floor or a temporary structure. Or if you have any other type of structure, you may put that under other. In section 3, you will put down the proposed water right type, if it's irrigation or commercial, and check off if it is going to be leased water. And if you have any other information to convey, you can do that under the section that says other. Under number 4, that's where you would put any other additional documentation to verify your water rights, whether or not you have a copy of the permit, the license or court orders, and a copy of the water use lease agreement. Under number 5, you will put down the water right information, the name of the property owner, and whether or not there are additional owners. On page 3, you would need to include the OSC file number or OSC subfile number, if that's appropriate, the name of the water right owner, point of diversion location, including cross streets, city, and zip code. If there are any maps or parcel IDs, you can include that. If you are including information about a water hauler, we need their name and telephone number, and also their OSC file number, because we need to verify the water right of your water hauler. We have a list of water haulers. If they're not on the NMED list of water haulers, they will need to get on that list that is approved by the Drinking Water Bureau with the New Mexico Environment Department. And under number 7, you will attest that all the documents and information that are provided are correct, and you will have that printed and signed. And if it's a resubmission, you can resubmit the form to a staff member that you're working with at the Cannabis Control Division. So we have 7 district offices. There is a map on the OSC website, which you can determine which district office the water right resides in, and that would be the point of diversion location. And the district addresses are on this page, the location page of the Office of the State Engineer. And the verification of your water right will be sent back to you via U.S. mail unless you have made other arrangements. You can send any questions you may have at any time to water.nm@ose.nm.gov or to ose.webmaster@ose.nm.gov. Thank you for your time and have a good day.